Alright traders, welcome back once again. How you all doing? So today we're going to talk about crazy amount of charts. So without any further ado, without any intro, we're going to be jumping straight right here into this pattern, guys. Now this is calling for a macro continuation for the entire crypto market as a whole, right? You can see that this cup and handle is being formulated on the total crypto market capitalization as a whole, which is why you will be having your targets all the way to, look guys, generally it's your well, it's the depth of the cup which is going to be your upside targets out of the breakout ranges, which will potentially take the entire crypto market all the way towards maybe $4 trillion in evaluation as a whole, right? So that means that maybe we could be looking at a potential $1.5 trillion worth of influx of capital into the crypto markets. Now, I do feel that this will take some time. This will have its own consolidation phases, reaccumulation phases. Now, this will happen with Bitcoin potentially jumping into $100,000. Now, if that happens, you know the deal, guys. Most likely our crypto market capitalization as a whole would probably shift into a new paradigm, which is at $4 trillion, guys. And honestly, you could be look guys, to talk about far-fetched opinions, we can simply go on and ramble about crazy targets all the way towards maybe 10 trillion crypto market capitalization as a whole. But look guys, I don't think it's impossible, right? I just do not think it's impossible because of the supply demand shock and because of the adoption which is going on, guys. Now, El Salvador was one single country that simply took Bitcoin as their legal tender, and people are using goods and services with Bitcoin as a whole, right? So if these things start forming up in other hyperinflated countries, like, look guys, Venezuelans have already been using crypto assets as a whole, but we're talking about your big economies like India, my country as a whole, right? So I don't think that this is going to simply just happen in a month or something like that. But maybe if we are talking about Indians as a whole, simply jumping into crypto assets, guys, you should simply not underestimate the amount of capital which can simply free float into crypto assets as a whole, right? Which is why, guys, this entire directional move to the upside for most of the crypto assets could be guided by Bitcoin itself, which is why all eyes on Bitcoin as a whole, guys. And look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Most likely, you should be waiting for another weekly closure above this entire zone, guys, which is going to be your $2.35 trillion ranges, right? Once you start trading above this range on, let's say, a weekly basis on the total crypto market capitalization, that is when your free floating move could be potentially confirmed, guys. And look, you know the deal right here. After a cup and handle is formulated and after this one actually confirms the pattern to the upside. Now, look guys, honestly, you don't have a clear-cut target, a clear-cut, let's just say, a price point where the exact amount of price point where where the charts will take the price action all the way towards. It's just going to be, let's just say, this pattern right here after the confirmation will set in a confirmational bias as a whole for most of the market participants to act in a bullish perspective, right? This is what cup and handle does, guys. Cup and handle will not give you the exact price point target. Cup and handle is a continuation trend. It's a continuation trending pattern as a whole, which is why we're going to restrict our thinking to that point only. We should not base our exact technical targets according to cup and handle. And guys, look, this one thing which I want to talk to you guys about. An analyst can be right about crazy amount of things. An analyst can simply just, a lot of people are simply talking about Bitcoin going to $100,000 when Bitcoin was at 10,000, 12,000, right? So a lot of people were saying that. A lot of people are talking about NFT space is simply growing exponentially. People were talking about DeFi to simply take that leg to the upside, which was an exponential move, right? So ultimately, guys, everything boils down to one single fact. Did you make money out of this information or not? Everything that you know as an analyst, as a trader, or whatever information that you're collecting from this YouTube channel, that YouTube channel, every single information boils down to one single fact. Did you make money in the markets or not? So don't be delusional. Keep on asking that to yourself. Look guys, these things can simply keep on looking overwhelming, right? So what you have to do is you don't have to get overwhelmed. You simply have to keep a reality check on yourself that, all right, I'm doing this sort of analysis. I know this kind of information. Am I capitalizing on that? At the end of the day, am I taking home some money? Am I making money as a whole or not? Or am I simply getting overwhelmed by these price action and I'm not able to capitalize on anything? Look, guys, we can dive deep into all of these and we can talk about all of these things all the time. But the ultimate conclusion and the ultimate, let's just say, execution lies on you. Right? And the ultimate result for the execution relies on you. So it's all about you, essentially. Okay, all right. So next up we have total 2. This is market capitalization except Bitcoin. And to be honest with you guys, this is a better signature than Bitcoin and total crypto market capitalization as a whole as well, right? This is looking nice, guys. This entire trend. I mean, this you can talk about this entire price action being a cup and handle, but what I'm looking at this is a second wave continuation or a third wave continuation move that could potentially push the altcoins into a new paradigm as a whole, guys, because this is a pattern which I've seen in the markets crazy amount of times. Right now, this is how an impulse starts out of a correction, guys. This was your, let me just, I think my Fibonacci waves, or now my Elliott waves are black in color. Got to turn the color away. Okay, this one is in blue. So after the C wave correction, guys, now this is what you saw on altcoins as a whole. First wave, second wave, third wave. These are your corrective waves, guys. Now if we are actually reversing on the entire crypto market landscape as a whole, this pretty much was your first wave, guys. Right now, let me just finish this one and I will talk about changing the bloody color itself. Right, let me just simply, yep. So this is what we are potentially looking forward to, guys. Look, this is what can happen. Right now, what happens out of a corrective wave is a potential new trend under motion that formulates itself from the corrective basis, guys. Now let me just talk about the Fibonacci retracement out of which this one started bouncing. Most likely this was out of your 382 extension itself, or okay, with the rest of the market trying to attempt the 618 bounce, the total 2 also kind of did that. But potentially this is what we are looking forward to, guys. This could be a trend and a formulation, the third wave trend and a formulation. Right, the first wave is complete, consolidation is completed as well. Now we could be looking at a third wave movement to the upside, which could be your 2618. Right, 2618, guys, 2618, and maybe 314 as well. So this, what this means is that until total crypto market capitalization minus Bitcoin is going to be above the 321 exponential and essentially above $1.1 trillion, most likely you will simply keep on trending all the way towards $2.6 trillion, right? So this gives us one single fact that we have 100%. Guys, look, we potentially have $1.5 trillion that can potentially be poured into altcoins as a whole, right? So what you have to do is, guys, look, even if you have crypto behind your name, most likely you'll make money in the markets, right? So don't be caught up in a lot of mess. Just look at the bigger picture as well. Manage your risks according to Bitcoin, guys. Just simply enough. I will just give you one single fact and one single alpha right here. Most of your stop losses are going to be managed according to Bitcoin getting held by $45,000, guys. You should be looking at that with all the vigilance that you have. So if Bitcoin starts trending below 45,000 on a weekly basis, that should ring a lot of red bells, and that should tell you potentially to cut down your altcoin exposure as a whole as well, because the Bitcoin dominance right here is shaping out to be bullish as well, guys. Now on the 3-day we are confirming a huge bullish divergence. Right now, look, guys, I just don't want to chart out I don't want to chart out the dominance itself because I don't think patterns will play out in this one. But what I've known for sure is that squeeze, lot of squeeze they do happen in this dominance metric as well, guys. Bitcoin dominance chart also has good amount of squeeze, which do have the resolutions to the upside, and they have grinds as well. You can see right here, guys, this price action was, the dominance was trying to grind against this support, but as soon as you broke below this one, this was your exit point for BTC as a whole, and this was telling you that maybe you could realize those profits from Bitcoin longs and simply take that Bitcoin and you can put that into various altcoins, guys. And after that, it was just a simple wrecked behavior coming from Bitcoin dominance as well, which look, guys, this downtrend on, let's just say, Bitcoin dominance took Solana from $20 to $200, right? So you have these kind of opportunities going on. Just don't get haywire here and there. Pick your poison, right? And just stick with it. Pick your crypto asset and stick with it. That is what I'm trying to tell you, guys. And manage your risks according to Bitcoin. Don't get overwhelmed by a lot of things, guys. Have a system under balance and a system under formulation. This is the exact thing which I was talking to you guys about in the previous video itself, right? Because maybe if Bitcoin starts rolling towards $100,000, a lot of crypto assets are supposed to give you FOMO, guys. Look, a lot of things will give you a lot of FOMO, right? So this is where you have to have a system in plan. You have to have a system in plan, and you have to stick to all of these things, guys. Don't get overwhelmed and execute on the right things. So, guys, one more thing that I'm simply going to talk about right here is the fact that how you can potentially make crazy amount of money by by, let's just say, buying Ethereum right here against Bitcoin. Against Bitcoin, not against US dollar, right? Not against US dollar. You can simply buy Ethereum right here. Whenever Bitcoin dominance goes on to 70, basically beyond 60 reads, this is where you jump into Ethereum with your BTC stash, right? And this is where you exit Ethereum and potentially crazy amount of altcoins with, let's just say, guys, your altcoin stash itself, you can simply rotate back into Bitcoin. So this is where your Bitcoin rotations into altcoins is taking place, and this is where your rotation into Bitcoin is taking place once again in the market, right? So you can see, guys, this has just started picking up right here. So essentially, Bitcoin going above the previous all-time high would mean that this dominance would start simply rolling to the upside once again, and that would mean that liquidation process happening in altcoins once again. Alright guys, so far we have talked about only bullish stuff in the market, right? So if we jump on the Bitcoin charts right here, how are you going to be simply exiting the market if shit goes down south? Guys, this is the trend line which I am personally focusing towards, and to be honest with you guys, I'm just simply going to be managing most part of my risk in my, let's just say, mid to long term swing positions as well, according to this price point right here, which is going to be 40,000. Guys, for a lot of people, for aggressive traders, the risk management could be somewhere alongside below $50,000 as well. Essentially, Bitcoin going below $49,000 would mean a cascading liquidation, would mean a cascading, would simply give us clear indications that a lot of long exposure in the market will start get their liquidations being hit, right? So this potentially could start happening below $48,500, guys. This is a clear-cut structure that we simply took out, and we are kind of trending above the upper side Bollinger Band, guys. Exactly what I was expecting in the market. Did I make money out of this trade? Yes, I did. Yes, I did, guys. Look, these things, I've been simply posting these things on Discord as well, and I hope you guys are making use of these setups as well. Now, guys, to be honest with you, this entire squeeze guy and breakout, this was more of an instinct play that I had for myself, right? I don't know about a lot of traders in the market, but sometimes for Bitcoin, guys, sometimes for Bitcoin, my instincts will simply rise out of ashes, and my instincts will tell you that what the fuck are you not buying? What the fuck are you doing not buying Bitcoin as a whole, right? This starts kicking into my head, and I start planning. Look, guys, it's all, to be honest with you, this statement is completely bullshit. If I were to be completely reliant on my instincts, I would have been completely wrecked in the market. I would have been completely wrecked in the market for good, guys, for good, right? Which is why, look, this was a squeeze grind breakout, which was coinciding with my instincts as a whole, which gave me kind of like a instinctive actionable event for my trading as a whole. So I simply went along onto these levels, and I posted that on Discord, guys. We were targeting $48,000, $49,000, and it simply happened in a nutshell. It just simply happened in a couple of 4-hour candles, guys. Look, and we are going beyond the supply zone as well, which means that Bitcoin is formulating a good looking base on $50,000, guys. Now, if Bitcoin is able to do this, like if Bitcoin essentially closes a couple of weekly candles above $50,000, establish a good base over there. Look, guys, I'm completely fine with Bitcoin doing something like this for a very long time, right? But this would mean that we have formulated a good looking base right around these levels, and essentially it would be very difficult for sellers to break $50,000 to the downside, guys. Look, understand the mechanics, understand the dynamics of the price action, and you will see things in a different perspective, guys. Look, if you can control your FOMO, your perspective will change immediately. You can take this one for granted, guys. Look, you can take this fact for granted. If you can control your FOMO and greed in the markets, your perspective will flip completely above the price action and the behaviors as a whole, guys. The general altcoin behaviors as a whole, right? So do that. Maybe try to tackle the things that is inducing the FOMO, or maybe just try to understand what is stopping you from making money in the markets as a whole, guys. Look, the ultimate thing comes back into one single fact: are you making money or not? You can talk about crazy amount of analysis and hocus pocus, and maybe Bitcoin getting supported and getting below some key levels or not. Are you capitalizing on it or not? Just ask this to yourself. Just ask yourself this, and maybe some conclusions would shock you, right? Okay, so let's conclude the price action on Bitcoin itself, guys. Look, I'm completely fine. Bitcoin coming all the way towards $50,000 as a whole and establish a base right here, and then we can start trending to the upside. Now, the RSI on the 3-day is looking fine, but not exactly the signature that I want to see for, let's just say, an explosive move to the upside, right? Which is why, guys, I feel that we could be nearing some sort of consolidation on the price action, which is why most likely the next trend maybe for a couple of days could be towards the downside, and it could be a little consolidation behavior, right? Look, guys, why do I say this? Because the RSI signature was something like this back in October, guys. Look, it was completely like this. You were kind of struggling to go above the 60 reads on RSI, which is why a lot of people were getting bullish with one single green candle, and a lot of people were getting completely bearish with one single red candle, guys. I know the deal right here. I know the sentiment in the market right here, whereas the RSI was simply trying to struggle, and the RSI was simply trying to just set in a trend above 60 reads, guys. And as you can see, with your RSI taking out the 60 reads, the market was full of confidence once again, and we simply went on towards 50,000 and beyond. For this run to the upside, if you are able to establish a good looking trend above the 60 reads on RSI, your targets are potentially going to be somewhere here, guys. Look, these numbers are something which, at least in the first and the foremost parts, my brains are not going to comprehend these kind of numbers, guys. Which is why my general trading behavior is not going to be focused on the y-axis, guys. Look, this paradigm shift is difficult, and this is something which nobody will talk about. Nobody in this trading universe, in crypto trading universe, will talk about these things, guys. The more you focus on the y-axis right here in the charts, the more chances are towards the fact that you will get wrecked in the market trying to chase these trends to the upside. So for me personally, look, guys, this is how I'm going to do. I'm simply going to take the percentage moves that I have in my hand, right? I'm going to look at this, guys. And if you take a look at the percentage moves for Bitcoin itself, even if we go all the way towards 300,000, this is going to be a 400% move to the upside. This is something which we saw on Solana happening in a couple of weeks, guys. Literally, that happened on Solana in a couple of weeks. So if you're in the markets to simply take swing positions that can multifold your net worth as well, look, it's anyway a wrecked. Look, guys, it's anyway going to be a wrecked behavior. Simply jumping in with your entire stash into one single asset is going to be a wrecked behavior as a whole. But if you're looking for swing positions with a controlled risk management attribute and maybe a system which has proven you good things in life, then maybe these swings, these kind of moves will happen in various altcoins, guys, right? So for Bitcoin, me personally, I'm going to be simply hodling mostly, guys. I won't be interested in taking futures long and short positions in the market as a whole because of the illiquidity in futures contract, guys. Now on FTX, on Kraken, on various exchanges, you saw how illiquidity was driving price action down by 30-40%, and those were wicks, right? So essentially, I'm afraid of getting wigged out by this highly illiquid and highly, let's just say, guys, this market will never fulfill the complete supply demand mechanics as a whole. You will always have supply shortage, you will always have demand issues. This market will always be like this, guys, because of the investor attitude and the normal crowd which is putting money into Bitcoin. Most of the people are risk on, guys. Most of the people have that risk on behavior in their minds, right? And if this mind functions as a whole in an already volatile crypto asset market as a whole, these things do cause crazy fluctuations in the market. So you don't want to be trapped in these kind of situations, right? Don't look, guys, understand where you're going to die so that you never go there. As clear as I can get. Okay, let's just conclude with Bitcoin. Until you are closing 3-day candles above, let's just say $54,500, you will be in a trending motion, guys, because the 3-day time frame tells us that any candle closure continuing above the upper Bollinger Band means good looking piece of price action to the upside again and again, right? Which is why if you want to see Bitcoin trending to the upside on an immediate basis, this is your risk management, this is your area of control, guys. This is your price action control zone, which is going to be above $54,500 on a 3-day opening and a closing basis. If Bitcoin is able to do that, we'll simply go to the upside. We'll simply test $65,000, and eventually we'll simply test 80,000, guys. Holy shit, this paradigm shift is going to be for real, man. Whoa, man, this move is going to be crazy if it happens. Wow. Shit, man. Okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just not simply expect a lot of unexpected behavior, and let's just focus on system right here. So for Ethereum, guys, is look, this one is also printing in another cup and handle, guys. So is it me or is it everyone who's looking at these kind of patterns all across the crypto assets? I think it's me for now, and I think I have started taking actions as well in the market, guys, because to be honest with you, it's just Bitcoin dependent. Most of the market price action is simply Bitcoin dependent. So if Bitcoin is able to hold $40,000 for, let's say, the rest of the month itself, most likely altcoins will keep on ripping to the upside, guys. For Ethereum right here, cup and handle targets at 2618 is going to be at $8,000 flat. It's somewhere going to be around these levels, guys. And if Bitcoin rolls into 300,000 territories, that is when Ethereum will potentially attempt that $20,000 price point, guys. This is something which a lot of people have been talking about, and this is going to be generational historic event, guys. Holy freaking crap. This one simply takes me aback, guys. My god, look, this one right here. So you can see that this COVID capitulation had everybody selling their pants and t-shirts and underwears as well, and Ethereum simply dipped below $100, guys. Holy fuck, Ethereum went down towards $100, and if Ethereum actually goes towards $20,000, this is going to be pretty much a historic event, guys. This is going to be a 27,000% up move on a crypto asset which was already $1 billion in evaluation, guys. Holy shit, you can see the potential of these technological adoptions, guys. Now, why am I not talking about Dogecoin doing a 60,000% in the market? Guys, look, the supply and demand mechanics, the liquidity and the meme culture behind it, everything is completely different, guys. We're talking about Ethereum, which is literally establishing an infrastructure for finance, which is laying out, guys, crazy amount of things which will prove to be crazy, guys. Look, there's one more thing which we can discuss about, which we can talk about as well. To conduct any transaction on Ethereum, maybe 30 years, 40 years down the line, is going to be an ultimate luxury. And not a lot of you will be able to conduct even one single transaction on Ethereum, guys. Look, which is why accumulation bag, I have to remind everybody and myself again and again. This is like me talking to myself, right? This is me talking to myself and telling me to fucking accumulate with the money that I don't care much about, and with the money that I don't expect going to the upside. So guys, look, this is simply your supply demand mechanics. If Ethereum goes in the same trajectory, if Ethereum stays in this trajectory, this deflationary thing which is happening with the EIP 1559 deployment, most likely conducting one single transaction on Ethereum is going to be an ultimate luxury. And most likely if you're doing Ethereum transaction every single day, you'll be operating like a bank. You'll be on par with the bank, guys. Look, this is what future have for us. Things can go down to shit if Ethereum goes below $1,800 as well. So if you could get into an extended bear market and then you can accumulate Ethereum for cheap, for $500, I don't think it's happening, guys. I really doubt Ethereum is going to go below the previous all-time high. If it does, it's going to be very destructive. It's going to be crazy, guys. This is where we start longing derivative protocols in the market. This is where we start longing the fuck out of DYDX and decentralized synthetics exchange for that matter, right? So, guys, you can see that market will always have infinite opportunities. So don't get caught up in one single asset and just consume this thing. Just understand this thing. Just take a feel of this thing, but don't get too involved. And maybe planning things will kill a lot of things about your FOMO behavior as well, right? It's another psychological consultation environment for you guys happening right here on Ethereum and other price actions as well. And look, guys, it's more about the mindset. Coming out profitable in the market, making money in the market is more about mindset rather than analysis, hocus pocus, this and that, price targets, this is the range. It's more about the mindset, guys. So have that and you will come out profitable and you will reach your goals. I am 100% certain about that. So you can do that as well, guys. I'm pretty much sure all of you will make it, right? So this and beyond for Ethereum, right? Risk management on the macro below 2700, guys. If Ethereum starts rolling below 2700, this would simply mean that maybe we are in a broader accumulation range, and this is potentially going to take a lot of time, maybe huge amount of time, rather than a lot of people's expectations, right? So many people are expecting that Ethereum will simply go towards $20,000 next week itself. Most likely not, guys. It's going to take a lot of time. Most likely the price action will be choppy with Bitcoin doing the same things in the market, and then we can talk about further motion to the upside. Now, all of these bullish biases and all of these, let's just say, good looking trades to the upside will be invalidated if Bitcoin goes below $45,000, guys. Look, we have to talk about these things as well, because we should not cry like little bitches when these things actually happen, right? Look, it's good to set expectations, but it's good to have realistic expectations, guys. So realistic things tells us that structural low is right here. You want to continue your trend to the upside, hold 2600, hold 2700, okay, hold $2500, right? Similarly for Bitcoin, hold $40,000 to $45,000. Yes, we can talk about further continuation move to the upside, and yes, your exposure in crypto markets can be net long as a whole if Bitcoin stays above $40,000. Guys, we are 24 minutes deep into this video right here, and I don't think I've talked a lot about charts as a whole, which was the point of this video. all right, so let's talk about BNB real quick right here. Now this one, guys, look, I have crazy amount of things to talk about this price action as well. You can see how the paradigm shift right here for BNB. So guys, what was happening all throughout this entire market cycle right here, this entire accumulation cycle, was the fact that BNB was getting burned, guys. BNB was getting burned, right? So the supply was getting crunched, supply was getting reduced by the month, by the week, and this entire supply crunch showed its true colors when BNB simply shifted the paradigms, guys, by one by literally 10x in the logarithmic values, man. Holy shit. So this is where it all started. This is where $40 per BNB, this is where it all started. One single wave to the upside on the 3-day time frame itself, one single trend on the 3-day time frame, guys. This one put BNB's logarithmic values by multifolds. It just simply 10x'd the BNB's real market value realization as a whole, guys. And this is simply, to my surprise, guys, this one is to my surprise that this one is still holding on to structures, but I will be completely doubtful, guys, about the price action structure as a whole until you are establishing a good looking trend above $500, right? And beyond $500, I'm not talking about how BNB could simply roll towards 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Beyond that, also, we have crazy fundamental things and technical levels as well, which BNB has to take care of, guys. Why do I say this? Because we got Solana, we got AVAX, we got Hedra Hashgraph, we got crazy amount of blockchains trying to do the same thing. I do feel that ultimately at the end of the day, it's going to be one single player which is going to be having the majority of the dominance, guys. And if we talk about a clear-cut chance of something, of any blockchain trying to do that, look, factually, liquidity wise, it is BNB as of now, guys. It's simply going to be Binance Smart Chain, because if you talk about the liquidity and the market participation as a whole, Binance Smart Chain, yes, guys, it's above Solana ecosystem as a whole as well. Solana is catching them. It will take some time to catch up, but BNB right here has already set in a good amount of benchmark for the price action behavior, guys. This right here, supply crunch, all the BNBs that you were selling, that you were burning onto these levels right here. Well, this is what was supposed to happen right here, guys. This one just, man, oh man, I remember BNB repeat to the upside like this, and all those facts about BNB being burned every single month, these simply, everything came to me at once, and I was like, holy shit. Crazy, guys. Our crypto market is crazy as a whole, right? So there's another pattern which literally all of us are familiar with, guys. This is what BNB is formulating on the macro, guys. This is big, right? This is big. This is a big fat pattern that started literally at the third week of February, and we are standing in at the second week of October itself, guys. This has been crazy amount of time. This has been 7 months of reaccumulation and range bound behavior. So can we expect fireworks? We can, guys. We certainly can expect fireworks from BNB. However, got a little bad news for you guys. Even if price action comes back down all the way towards $300, this structure will still be bullish. This structure will still be bullish. So if you want to jump into any long exposure on BNB, guys, have this risk appetite, have this 30% risk appetite before jumping into any asset, right? Sorry, before jumping into BNB for that matter, right here. So until BNB is holding on to structure highs right here at $330 levels on a 3-day opening and a closing basis. Remember, guys, remember, COVID capitalization had everybody getting shaken out, guys. Look, COVID capitalization had Bitcoin wicking all the way towards $4,000, right? A lot of exchanges wigged towards $4,000, guys. And BitMEX had to shut their trading engine, guys, because if BitMEX didn't shut their trading engine, the price of Bitcoin would potentially have gone to zero in derivatives and futures, guys. The price of Bitcoin could potentially have gone to $0 if BitMEX didn't stop the trading. This is what can happen in derivatives market, guys. So if you are jumping into a long position or a long exposure on Binance futures or anywhere, you can get wigged out. You can get wigged out, guys. You can simply get wigged out, right? So even if you're trading these derivatives with more than 3x or 2x leverage, guys, you're already losing in the market. Harsh, sad reality that nobody talks about, but everybody talks about how you can sign up for Bybit. You can sign up for Bybit and you can start trading Bitcoin futures and you can take $1 million of long position with your fucking $1,000 in the market. Nobody talks about the harsh reality, guys. If you are using more than 2x leverage in the market, you are already losing. You're already losing, guys. This is what market has proven, at least me, again and again, right? You can wig by 50% and you can simply revert back into the mean price action point once again. But if you are overly leveraged in the market, you will simply get wrecked and you will have no capital to finally go for that last trade that maybe could be potentially life-changing. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So from a symmetrical breakout, we can see that this is initiated by a bullish wave to the upside, which is why we could conclude with the fact that if this resolution happens, it will be towards the upside, guys. That at least is the higher side of the probability range, right? We're talking about probability gains going on in the market right here, with Bitcoin setting up bullish levels, with Bitcoin holding $50,000 levels. The higher chances lies towards the fact that maybe BNB could take some time right here, but the ultimate resolution could come to the upside. And guys, we are not going to be targeting the previous all-time high because this is something which everybody will target. We'll target 1618 and 2618 for BNB itself, which could be a $1,500 evaluation for BNB, guys. Why am I talking about these numbers on this video? Guys, the first charts that we saw, right? If you skip that video, if you've skipped this video and if you're just watching right now, maybe you should just try to take a look at the initial 10 minutes where I was talking about the total 2, where I was talking about the altcoin market landscape as a whole, guys. Now, altcoin market landscape is looking bullish and Bitcoin is setting up good looking trends, which is why we should have our open minds towards maybe these price points coming into fruition pretty soon, guys. Now, that could potentially happen, right? Okay. With that said, I'm going to be concluding on BNB right here, but if I'm trading this one, my bearish brains is telling me to expect something like this. Look. All right, I don't know this one right here. Let me just get to this one. Okay. Tune. Guys, this is what happened on Bitcoin, guys. BTC USD on Bitstamp. Let me just talk about how before you go for that mega massive breakout, things can start looking very nasty in the market, guys, and the ultimate breakout will come when nobody's trying to long, right? When nobody's trying to long, guys. This is what happened on Bitcoin. Everybody was trying to do this, guys. I remember all across crypto Twitter, you were looking at this happening and you were looking at a lot of people anticipating crypto assets to simply roll to the upside. Let me just go to the replay button right here and yep, there you go, guys. You got a little perspective right here. So this is what everybody in the crypto markets were expecting, that we're simply going to be breaking out of this grind right here and we're simply going to be rolling to the upside at this exact moment, right? Now what exactly happened is going to be shocking. This one was really shocking, guys. This price action was shocking as fuck because this grind broke to the downside, took out every single stop losses and every market participant who was long on derivatives. Alright, not every market participant, but at least 90% derivative long positions were wiped out of the market. And then you went for that supply shock and all that crazy little shit, guys. Look, this one was accelerated by COVID, which was induced by China. And am I shitting on China right now? Maybe or maybe not. But like this time we have Evergrande, we have other things also. Look, guys, China is fucking looking to default on certain things, and this is not a good thing, guys. This is not a good thing. This is not a good fact for most of the equity markets, guys, even crypto markets as a whole, right? Because China is looking to default, guys. China is, I don't know, guys, they're trying to default on maybe 60-70 billion dollars. And well, there is another fact up on the cards that I think US government, I don't know, guys, look, I should not talk about uninformed things, but this is something which I saw somewhere. Potentially all the cash reserves that US printed, all the money that USNA printed during this pandemic is going to get consumed by 18th of this month. Literally the next week, right? So potentially the next week, US can get USA could go bankrupt in certain levels, guys. Not as a country, not as a whole, but on certain levels in terms of the money printing and all that. At least in the small to mid time frames, US could potentially go bankrupt, guys. Now, if you have been watching this video since the previous 35 minutes, hit that like, hit that dislike as well if you do disagree to certain things in this video. But if you have made it this far, hats off to you, salute to you. You are a true champ. You can literally tolerate me for 35 minutes and watch this entire video for this amount of time. Massive respect for you, and I hope you provide constant support to this channel as a whole, right? By the way, that is Manus, who's sitting in the background. He's going to be the chief design officer. Chief design officer? No, he's going to be the CEO and design head for a certain NFT project that we are doing, guys. It's going to be big. It's probably going to be nice. Let's see what happens. And look, I don't know if it's going to be big or not, but it's going to be an NFT storefront that we are creating as a whole. So he's got that artist mindset, I got the business mindset. We're trying to combine that. We're doing that CFO CTO shit, right? Which I'm just happily sharing with all of you guys right here. Okay. Now BNB was concluded. Shiba fucking Inu, man. Wow, man. Oh my goodness. Holy shit, guys. Look, I feel like putting a BART right here. I feel like putting an inverted BART right here, because this one literally BARTed the fuck out of this entire reaccumulation range, guys. On literally all the previous videos, I've been talking about how this supply zone is working out again and again. And as soon as you go beyond $100 Satoshi levels on Shiba Inu's evaluation, you can simply rip to the upside. I was certainly expecting a continuation move all the way towards these rejections highs, but I was certainly not expecting this entire trend to simply BART the fuck up, man. This is I think the Shiba Inu team has actually started developing real shit, guys, and most likely they do have an NFT marketplace which is going to be coming up pretty soon. They have this entire DeFi ecosystem, guys, the leash, the bone, the Dogecoin, and all that shit. There's just crazy amount of shit happening on Shiba Inu as a whole. So I think this one came into fruition, guys. Is it a nice place to buy Shiba Inu right here? Fuck no, it's not going to be a good place, guys. You know the deal. This one is up 500%. We could be expecting something like this, and then we can talk about a further. So this could be your BART's little ear. All right, now your ears are not that big, so this could be something like this. Let me just simply draw a BART for you guys right here. This is what could happen, guys, down the line for Shiba Inu itself, right? I don't want to talk about any upside targets in context to Fibonacci extensions, but this is what you can do for yourself, guys. I don't believe that this is going to be working out fine, but maybe it could come into fruition, right? 5,000 Satoshi dollar equivalent level for Shiba Inus, or if we talk about the percentage terms right here, it could be a 70% move coming on Shiba Inu after a little cool down period, guys. The fucking oscillators are beyond what you can comprehend. The fucking RSI is sitting at 95 reads, man. Shit. That's just you know the deal, guys. Okay, but the 2-hour RSI is still constructive, guys. This one wants to continue to the upside. Wow. All right. So you got clear-cut risk management happening below this price point right here. So until Shiba Inu is closing 12-hour candles above this price point, maybe you keep on continuing all the way towards your $5,000 Satoshi targets, guys. This is where your ultimate top could occur, but I'm not trying to pinpoint any top or bottom, but you can see that look, guys, jumping into any environment like this is going to be a mess, right? So this is redlined on HV like fuck. So you have to understand that if you're trying to trade Shiba Inu, it's going to be very difficult. It's simply going to be very difficult as a whole, right? But until you're above this price point, you can simply target these levels, guys. The crypto assets can simply get crazy, and it can simply rip to the upside without stopping as a whole. Okay. This is Orbitex, right? This is called Orbitex, and this is an NFT platform which will have a lot of creators down the line, guys. Look, there are a lot of creators who have already agreed on simply minting their artworks on this platform, guys. Orbitex.holaplex.com. I encourage you, if you are involved in Solana ecosystem, I encourage you to at least mint one NFT right here. It can be anything, right? It can be simply anything, but I encourage you to simply try this one out. You have to, look, guys, I'll leave the links down in the description, and you can simply connect your Phantom wallet and you can mint your NFT right here from this platform as a whole, right? Orbitex.holaplex.com. You can you can simply mint an NFT and you can directly put that NFT into auction right here, guys. And I do believe that Holaplex, I think Orbitex right now is rated at the top. So if you go to holaplex.com and you go to visit stores, I think Orbitex will come right at the top, guys. And I feel that Holaplex is going to be your Shopify for crypto industry, guys. Holaplex, Metaplex, all of these plexes are simply going to be Shopify for crypto assets, right? So take a look at all of these things, guys. I'll leave the links down in the description. And by this amount of time, I'm completely choking on my own words as a whole. So I'm simply going to be cutting out on this video, and I will catch all of you in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.